I loved God. Like I loved him, and I loved his word, and I believed his word. I believed his promises. I preached faithful sermons. We baptized people. We saw people come to know Christ. But all the while there was something I was hiding. Because of my pride and my fear of man and desire for people to think well of me, I felt like I didn't have the freedom to be honest about where I really was and how I was really struggling deep down. For me, that struggle showed itself in pornography. I thought I had it. I thought I could get out, and I just never could. There's a disorienting danger to hypocrisy, to where you're always feeling like, because you're wearing a mask and it starts to suffocate you a little bit. And when you start losing oxygen, things aren't clear, and sin does that to you. You're wearing this mask where you're pretending to be a pastor who has it together and because you want to be an example for the flock. But behind that mask, there's no oxygen, and it begins to affect the way you relate to other people, the way you see other people. You could be tempted to pull punches in the pulpit because deep down you feel guilty for saying things that you know you're not living. And it creates this duplicity that will either drive you to Jesus or it'll kill you. And I came really close to the second. What God used to rescue me was a friend. Then we were talking about doing a church plant together. And I thought, you know what, I want to be honest with this guy. So I wrote what I called the letter. And in it, I detailed all of my sexual sin from the time I'd become a Christian up until then. And I gave it to him. And he sat down with me and said, "Brother, I love you. But I want you to know that I read your letter. And I don't think that we can move forward in a partnership in the ministry. And to be honest with you, I don't think you should be a pastor right now." He saved my life. I had never had anybody who loved me enough to sit me down and say, "Brother, you are disqualified." Part of that is because I had never let people in. And went back and shared that letter with my elders, and it began what I call the year of the anvil. I was asked by the elders to go before the church and share with everybody what had happened. So as I sat on stage that night, it was like all of my greatest fears coming true. And at the same time, I was so thankful. I did die that night. I died right there on that stage and died many deaths after that. But I saw that Jesus was right, that it's through dying that life comes. Dying is never fun. Discipline is never fun. The way out is honest. And when you step into light and you haven't been in the light for a while, it will hurt your eyes, but God is faithful. And he will see you through every bit of consequence. You may lose your wife. You may lose your ministry. You may lose your reputation. You may lose everything. But if you get Jesus, it's worth it. And this comes back to, do you really believe the gospel? That Jesus is better than anything?